reported my classmates for joking that I have pretty privilege. It started when my accounting professor asked everyone to pick partners for this huge final project worth 40% of our grade. Everyone was scrambling around trying to find the smartest person in class to work with, and I was honestly just looking for someone who wouldn't flake on me. I walked up to this girl Madison who seemed pretty organized, and before I could even say anything, she was like, "Oh, thank God, I was hoping you'd ask me." Her friend Emma was standing right there and immediately went, "Dude, you're so lucky. Everyone's gonna want to work with her." Madison laughed and said, "Right? She's got that pretty privilege thing going on. Professors always give her better grades." I was confused as hell. Emma kept going, "Seriously though, you definitely get treated better by teachers. My mom always says pretty girls have it easier in life." Madison nodded super enthusiastically and was like, "I bet you've never had to actually work hard for a grade, huh?" At first I thought they were just being weird and trying to compliment me or something, but then other people started joining in. This guy Trevor from behind us overheard and went, "Oh yeah, she definitely gets better treatment. I've seen professors smile more at her during presentations." Another girl, Jessica, chimed in with, "Must be nice not having to worry about grades when you look like that." They were all laughing like it was this big joke, but I could tell they actually meant it. Madison even said, "God, I wish I had pretty privilege. Life would be so much easier." I tried to laugh it off at first, but they kept going. Emma started listing all these times she thought I got special treatment, like when Professor Williams gave me an extension on an essay last month. See? Pretty girls always get extensions. But what she didn't know was that I had to go to the emergency room that weekend because I had appendicitis, and I brought the hospital discharge papers as proof, or when they mentioned how I got picked for the dean's list. Trevor was like, "Bet they just wanted a pretty face to represent the school." But I had a 3.9 GPA and spent pretty much every night in the library. Madison kept insisting that professors grade my papers easier because of how I look. It was getting really uncomfortable, and I finally told them that wasn't fair to say. Emma rolled her eyes and was like, "Come on, you know it's true. Pretty privilege is totally a real thing." Jessica nodded and said, "Don't get defensive. We're not saying you're dumb or anything, just that you get advantages." The conversation went on for like 10 more minutes with them listing random examples of times they thought I got better treatment. Madison mentioned how I got chosen for group presentations more often. Trevor brought up how professors call on me less during class discussions. And Emma kept insisting that I probably never had to worry about getting internships because companies love hiring attractive people. I finally just said I had to go and walked away, but I was really bothered by it. Later that day, I was talking to my roommate about it, and she was like, "That's actually really messed up. They're basically saying you don't deserve your achievements." The more I thought about it, the more angry I got. These people were diminishing all the work I'd put in over the past 3 years. I study constantly. I go to office hours. I rewrite my papers multiple times. I work 2 part-time jobs to pay for school, and I've pulled countless all-nighters to keep my grades up. So I decided to email my advisor about it. I told her what happened and how it made me feel like my academic achievements were being invalidated. She took it seriously and said it was a form of discrimination and harassment. She told me I could file a formal complaint with the student conduct office. I wasn't sure at first, but then the next week in class, Madison made another comment. We were getting our midterm grades back, and I got an A-. She leaned over and whispered, "See? Pretty privilege strikes again." Emma giggled and said, "Must be nice living life on easy mode." That's when I decided to go through with the complaint. I filled out all the paperwork and provided specific examples of what they said and when. The student conduct office said they'd investigate and interview everyone involved. The investigation ended up taking about 2 weeks. They interviewed me, the 3 main people involved, and a couple other students who witnessed the conversations. In the end, Madison, Emma, and Trevor all got written warnings for harassment and had to attend some kind of workshop about respectful behavior.